In Pyongyang, the stage is set once again. Kim Jong Un, defiant as ever, is rewriting the script on how he deals with Washington. No concessions, no disarmament, yet an open door if America changes its tune. At the same time, the North Korean leader looks back fondly on his unlikely bond with Donald Trump, hinting at the possibility of face-to-face talks once more. From warm memories of past summits to fiery warnings against pressure, Kim is sending a message. Dialogue is possible, but only on Pyongyang's terms. North Korean leader Kim Jong Un has said he is open to talks with the United States, but only if Washington drops what he called its obsession with denuclearisation. Speaking at the Supreme People's Assembly in Pyongyang, Kim insisted that his country will never trade its nuclear arsenal for relief from sanctions, describing the weapons as vital for survival against US and South Korean military pressure.
If the United States drops the absurd obsession with denuclearizing us and accepts reality, and wants genuine peaceful coexistence, there is no reason for us not to sit down with the United States.
He argued that decades of sanctions have only made North Korea stronger and more resilient, while joint drills by Washington and Seoul amounted to rehearsals for nuclear war. Kim also recalled his meetings with former President Donald Trump, saying he still holds fond memories of their encounters, even as he rejected any future negotiations aimed at dismantling his arsenal.
The world already knows full well what the United States does after it makes a country give up its nuclear weapons and disarm. We will never give up our nuclear weapons. There will never be and will never ever be for eternity any negotiations with enemies of exchanging some things out of some obsession with lifting sanctions. Sanctions have been a learning experience and made his country stronger and more resilient.
In Seoul, President Lee Jae-myung has urged a shift in approach, telling Reuters and the BBC that sanctions have failed to stop Pyongyang, which is believed to be adding 15 to 20 nuclear weapons annually. Lee said the realistic step would be to persuade the North to halt further expansion while keeping the longer-term goal of denuclearization intact. He also suggested that Trump should play a central role in restarting dialogue. He said that sanctions and pressure has not solved the problem. It has worsened it. Lee believes there are clear benefits to having North Korea stop its nuclear and missile development. The remarks come as Kim strengthens ties with China and Russia, following recent meetings with Presidents Xi Jinping and Vladimir Putin in Beijing. For now, the North's position remains firm. Nuclear weapons are non-negotiable, and any talks with Washington will depend on recognition of that reality. North Korean leader Kim Jong Un has spoken warmly about US President Donald Trump, recalling their past encounters and signaling he would be willing to meet again. Addressing the Supreme People's Assembly in Pyongyang, Kim said he still holds good memories of Trump, whom he met 3 times during Trump's first term. Their summits in Singapore, Hanoi, and the demilitarized zone captured global attention, though they ultimately failed to produce a breakthrough.
Personally, I still have good memories of the current US President Trump. There's no reason not to face the US if it drops its vain denuclearization fixation and accepts reality. We will not sit down with South Korea, nor will we do anything together. Ensuring security and safeguarding peace by means of powerful strength is our unchanging choice. We are prepared to respond to everything.
The North Korean leader's comments come as Trump himself has expressed openness to another meeting, saying earlier this year that he looks forward to seeing Kim again and describing their past relationship as unusually close. Trump even referred to North Korea as a nuclear power shortly after beginning his second term, though the White House later clarified the administration's stance. Kim's remarks point to the unusual personal rapport between the two leaders, which, for a brief period, brought dialogue to the center of US-North Korea relations. While the talks stalled, the suggestion of positive memories stands out as Pyongyang maintains a hardened posture toward Washington. Beyond revisiting his ties with Trump, Kim also indicated a readiness for dialogue with the United States, provided Washington abandons what he described as its pressure-driven approach. He said North Korea would have no reason to avoid engagement if the United States sought peaceful coexistence rather than confrontation. This suggestion comes at a moment of regional tension. Pyongyang has sharply criticized joint military exercises between Washington and Seoul, with Kim's sister, Kim Jong Un, calling them reckless rehearsals for war. At the same time, North Korea has been cultivating closer ties with Russia and China. Earlier this month, Kim stood alongside Presidents Xi Jinping and Vladimir Putin in Beijing at a military parade, highlighting a shared front against US influence. In Seoul, President Lee Jae-myung has sought to reframe inter-Korean relations, but Kim rejected cooperation with the South, arguing that the two Koreas are fundamentally antagonistic. He said Pyongyang would codify in law the permanent separation of the peninsula, signaling a hardening of his stance on unification. Kim's willingness to highlight his past dealings with Trump, while dismissing Seoul's overtures, underscores the central role Washington continues to play in Pyongyang's foreign policy. Whether his comments lead to renewed contacts remains unclear, but they reflect North Korea's calculation that dialogue with the United States is possible if conducted on its own terms.